To enter content in a table, click on each cell and either type in a data or paste a copied data on each cell. Editing a table means updating the content of a table. This can be done by replacing old content or by adding new content to the existing ones. As soon as you create a table, two command tabs are added to the existing ones, namely Table Design and Layout. These two tabs appear whenever the table is active. If the cursor is not blinking in the table, the two tabs will disappear. The commands in the Layout tab are what we need to edit our tables in Microsoft Word. When editing tables, we can replace old content with new content or completely remove them. This can be achieved in two ways. One, by removing the content of a cell in a table and replacing it with the new content. To achieve this, you do the following. Go to the table and select the cell you want to edit. Highlight the content of the cell and press Delete on the keyboard. Type the new content in the empty cell. Go to another cell and do the same until you are done editing the content of the table. Secondly, you can remove old content of a table by deleting an entire cell, a row, or a column of the table. Let us illustrate how to delete each of these items. When you delete an unwanted cell in a table, the other cells will shift upwards or leftwards. To delete an unwanted cell in a table, do the following. Select the cell you want to delete from your table by highlighting or by placing the cursor in the cell. Do any of the following. From the mini toolbar that appears, select Delete. From the sub-menu that appears, select Delete Cells. On the Layout tab, under Rows and Columns, select Delete. From the Delete sub-menu that appears, select Delete Cells. Whichever way or whichever method you selected above, the Delete Cells dialog box will appear. On the Delete Cells dialog box, select either Shift Cells left or Shift Cells up. The option to choose depends on the direction of the deleted item. If the item to be deleted will affect the row, then Shift Cells left. If it will affect the column, then Shift Cells up. When you are done, click OK to delete the selected cell. The selected cell or cells automatically deletes. An update might require that an entire row or column be deleted completely. In this case, do the following. Select the row or column you want to delete. Note that selecting a cell in that row or column is enough. Then do any of the following. From the mini toolbar that appears, select Delete. From the submenu that appears, select Delete Rows to delete a row, or select Delete Columns to delete a column. You can also go to the Layout tab. Under Rows and Columns, select Delete. From the Delete submenu, select Delete Rows if you want to delete a row, or select Delete Columns if you want to delete a column. The selected row or column and its content will be automatically deleted. The last way of replacing old content is to merge cells. To merge cells means to join one or more cells together. When the selected cells are merged, it becomes one cell. To merge cells in a table, do the following. Select two or more adjacent cells that you want to merge. Then do any of the following. From the mini toolbar that appears, select Merge Cells, or you can go to the Layout tab under Merge, select Merge Cells. The selected cells automatically become one with their content inside the new cell. In some cases, editing a table may require that you add more columns or rows. To add entirely new content, we need to adjust our table by splitting cells or tables, or by adding columns or rows. Let us illustrate each of the above. Adding a column or row to a table. To add a column or row to an existing table, do the following. Select the row or column next to where you want to add a row or column. Note that selecting a cell in that row or column is enough. Then do any of the following. From the mini toolbar that appears, select Insert. From the submenu that appears, select any of the following. Insert above or insert below if you want to add a row above or below a selected row. Similarly, select Insert left or insert right if you want to add a column to the left or right of the selected column. Secondly, you can also go to the Layout tab. Under Rows and Columns, select Insert. From the Insert submenu, select any of Insert above, Insert below, or Insert left, or Insert right, depending on whether you are inserting a row or a column. When you are done, a row automatically appears above or below the selected row, or a column appears to the left or right of the selected column. Splitting cells means dividing one or more cells into columns or rows. To divide existing cells in a table, do the following. Select the cell or adjacent cells you want to split. On the Layout tab, under Merge, select Split Cells. the Split Cells dialog box appears. On the Split Cells dialog box, enter the number of columns and rows for this new cell. When you are done with your selection, press OK to apply. The selected cell or cells will be automatically divided. You can also divide an existing table into two halves. To do so, do the following. Select the row from where you want to divide or split a table. On the Layout tab, under Merge, select Split Table. The table divides into two from the selected row. In summary, editing a table implies removing or adding content to the existing table. You just learned how to perform these tasks in this section of the tutorial. To complete this tutorial, follow me as I introduce you to the basics of table formatting in Microsoft Word.